All right, so I'm doing something a little bit different here. I still will have a day after discussion tomorrow, but I did want to record something tonight because I just have so much on my mind and I need to just express myself. The Oilers, they just lost 5-3 to the Dallas Stars. It was 3-3 heading to the third period. Then Jason Robertson, he scored a bad angle shot on Stuart Skinner to put the Dallas Stars up 4-3. And then, of course, Dallas got the empty netter. So they scored 2 goals on 3 shots in the third period. Of course, one of them was on the empty net. Now, there's a whole lot to discuss and dissect, and I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna sleep on this. I'm gonna talk about a lot tomorrow, but right now there's something I really do want to discuss, and that is Kris Knoblauch, Darnell Nurse, Cody Ceci, and just the team in general. So the Oilers, they got off to the best start imaginable. They're up 2-0 after one. They're feeling good. They outshot Dallas 10-3. I live streamed the game and the chat was asking me, how do you feel? I was like, well, I feel good. However, I don't feel comfortable with the lead because Edmonton is notorious for getting off to these leads and then blowing it. Usually teams will come back, they'll tie it. Sometimes Edmonton comes out on top. A lot of times the opponent, they'll get the lead and then they'll hang on. The Dallas Stars, they are one of the best teams in the NHL for a reason. They are a cup favorite to me for a reason. Now, in my pregame report, I was like, you know what? Dallas is probably going to win game 3. Edmonton's going to win game 4. We're going to be 2-2 going back to Dallas. That was my assumption. And for the Oilers, they played so good in that first period for just like a split second. I was like, you know what? Maybe Edmonton wins tonight. Maybe they go up 2-1 and maybe they figured something out on the Dallas Stars. And when you look at most of the advanced metrics, the high danger chances, the Corsi 4, Benwick 4, expected goals 4, all that good stuff, Edmonton, they did lead in most of these categories. However, there was a 15-minute period in the second period where the Oilers just stopped playing. They're up 2-0. They came out of the second period, and I don't know if they just took melatonin, if they were ready to just go to bed, a little sleepy. They're just like, oh, we have a 2-0 lead. Let's just sleepwalk through the rest of this game. Yeah, no, you can't do that against the Dallas Stars. And Kris Knoblauch, I talked about him a lot in my previous day after video. I talked about Knoblauch's decision-making. When they went down in the third period in game 2, he immediately went to Draisaitl and McDavid on the same line. And I didn't like that. And I talked about that. I said, Kris Knoblauch, he's got to be a bit better at managing his lines. He can't just panic and put certain players back together because the team is losing. That is a losing mentality as a head coach. And Kris Knoblauch tonight, you know what he did? You know what he did for some reason when the team was struggling in the second period? He put Nurse and Ceci back together. Why in God's green earth are you putting Cody Ceci and Darnell Nurse back together? You know how many metrics are available that show that pair does not work? Did you know that Darnell Nurse in these playoffs, he's been on the ice for 18 goals against at 5-on-5. The next closest defenseman has been on the ice for 12. Darnell Nurse has been on the ice for 6 more goals against at 5-on-5 than the next closest defenseman. What are you doing, Kris Knoblauch? Can somebody explain to me what Kris Knoblauch is doing here? Also, Kris Knoblauch, team came out flat in the second period. Dallas, they're going wild, and credit to the Dallas Stars. Very good team. Stars fans, by the way, GGs, you definitely deserve the win tonight. Firm handshakes, of course. Now, Kris Knoblauch, what are we doing with Darnell Nurse and Cody Ceci together? What are we doing? What are we doing here? I told you I would turn into the Joker. I said in the Canucks series, if they continue to play that pair together after game 3, I was like, I'm going to literally turn into the Joker. Right now, I'm this close, man. I'm this close to just taking a knife and just carving 2 big old smiles in my cheeks. Don't know what Kris Knoblauch is thinking here. And for Darnell Nurse, you make $9.25 million. Can you just, for the love of God, play defense? Just don't run around your zone. Can you just play a full 60 minutes? And that goes for the rest of the team. The Edmonton Oilers, for some reason as a team, I don't know if they thought that they won this game after the first period. I don't know if they just assumed that Dallas would roll over. And you can't even blame the crowd. Can you blame Stuart Skinner a little bit? Yes, I did not like that 4th goal from the Dallas Stars. Stuart Skinner has to save that. However, Skinner was under siege in the second period, and he made some humongous saves before Adam Henrique tied it. But at the end of the day, you do need more. You need more from Skinner. I'll be very curious to see if Calvin Pickard starts for the Edmonton Oilers in game 4. This series might be playing very similarly to that Canucks series where, it's 1-1 heading back to Edmonton. They lose game 3, give up a few goals here. Maybe you put Calvin Pickard in for game 4. Maybe Edmonton finds a way to come out with a win. Maybe you tie the series 2-2 heading back to Dallas for game 5. Either way, the Edmonton Oilers, they're being outcoached and they're being outclassed. And Kris Knoblauch, just like Jay Woodcroft in 2022, He is showing his rookie NHL head coaching colors here. I have said numerous times, I'm not an NHL head coach. Would I know how to manage these games in these tough situations? Probably not. It's a lot different when you're actually on the bench. I acknowledge that. I'm sympathetic to that. However, there is more than enough data. There is more than enough data that shows that Nurse and Ceci should never be together. In fact, maybe Darnell Nurse just shouldn't be in the lineup. Maybe Cody Ceci just shouldn't be in the lineup. Is Desharnais struggling? Sort of. I don't mind Desharnais' game, but at the end of the day, a lot of this team's issues come with Nurse and Ceci. It seems like every time the team is hemmed in their own zone, this is a Nurse and Ceci problem. These two players, they have been a problem for a long time. 3 straight postseasons now. These two specific players, Edmonton Oilers fans, we've been screaming about it from the rooftops, and it's like nobody hears us. Ken Holland, did he try an upgrade on Cody Ceci at the deadline? Maybe. We don't have full confirmation of that. There was rumors that there was a deal in place with Calgary to bring Tanev in that included Cody Ceci, but Tanev wanted to go to Dallas. Do you blame him? Why the fuck would you want to play for the Edmonton Oilers when they play like that with a 2-0 lead in the Western Conference Finals on home ice in Game 3? What are we doing here? So I'm just going to calm down, relax. I'm just going to breathe before I actually turn to the Joker here. Kris Knoblauch, he's being outclassed here, just like Jay Woodcroft against Colorado in 2022. The Edmonton Oilers, do they deserve to be down 2-1 in the series? Probably not. However, this team is kicking themselves in the ass at every step of the way. I thought for the most part, the Oilers played well. I liked Adam Henrique's game. I like, he was inserted in for Ryan McLeod. The penalty kill, they went 1-for-1. The power play is struggling right now. The Oilers had 2 power plays. They had an opportunity to build on their lead with the power play, and they did not do it. They had an opportunity to tie the game in the second period on the power play. They did not do it. Edmonton Oilers, their 5-on-5 play, it's been good enough. And Stuart Skinner, he gave them a chance to win in Game 2. The team did not come out offensively. Tonight, the offense and the team in front of Skinner, I think, failed him. This loss is not really on Skinner. However, obviously, you would have liked to save on that goal for Dallas, that 4th goal. Now, I am going to quickly go to my bookmarks on x.com. Here's the score impact card for the Edmonton Oilers. Look who was at the bottom of the screen here. It's always Darnell Nurse. Now, Matthias Ekholm, he had a bad game. Oh, there's Cody Ceci. Look at that. Nurse and Ceci always here together beside each other for some reason. Bouchard, he didn't have a great game either on the defensive side of the puck. Hyman, McDavid, Fogle played okay. Henrique had a good game. Brown, I thought, played good. But, when Carrick and Janmark and Ryan are ahead of guys like Draisaitl and Nugent-Hopkins and Evander Kane, that is a big problem. The Oilers' second line, they're not getting production now. Now, you're probably going to have to make an adjustment. You're probably going to have to take Holloway off that second line or Evander Kane. Now, I would assume Ryan McLeod will come in next game. But at the end of the day, the big problem right now is this. Now, Nurse Desharnais, they don't look like a viable option, but Darnell Nurse in general is not a viable option. In these playoffs at 5v5, the Oilers have been outscored 8-18 with Nurse on the ice. 8-18. How is that even possible? And they're up 27-16 without him. So the Oilers have a 63% goal share when Darnell Nurse does not touch the ice. What are we doing here? This is unbelievable. I'm at a loss for words. I try not to be negative, and I don't want to be negative. I'm just being realistic right now. Kris Knoblauch has some really tough decisions to make here. Cody Ceci better not see the ice in Game 4. If he does, you can tune into my live stream on Wednesday, and you can watch me turn to the Joker, because I will. I promise you I will turn to the Joker. 2, if Ceci plays and he plays with Darnell Nurse, I will end the stream. I will not even watch the game. I absolutely refuse. Of course, the power play needs to start getting going here. And the Oilers' depth, you would like to see a little bit more. Of course, you can't complain when, Connor Brown, he scored in Game 2. Adam Henrique scored tonight. The top line for the Oilers, McDavid and Hyman, they connected on a couple goals tonight. That's all great. You need to just shut things down. And this separates the best teams, Dallas Stars, from the good teams, the Edmonton Oilers. Are the Oilers a good team? Yes. Are they the best team? Absolutely not. They need to prove that they're the best team. That's all from me tonight. This is my post-game reaction video, I guess you can say. I will have a further breakdown tomorrow. I will have a day after discussion tomorrow. That's more long-form content. My video tomorrow will probably be over 25 minutes-ish, maybe a bit longer. Tonight, I wanted to get my reaction video out and express my frustration at Kris Knoblauch. A lot of his coaching and, a lot of his decisions is why this team is down. When Dallas was pressing in the second period and, when they tied the game at 2, I would have called the timeout. Why did you not call the timeout? Who knows? I'm not Kris Knoblauch. I don't know why. Dallas goes up 3-2. No, you don't want to call the timeout? Okay, let's not call the timeout. Team is absolutely reeling. Let's not call the timeout. How about the third period when you have the net pulled? You just had a couple shifts in the Stars zone. Maybe the guys are a little bit tired. Darnell Nurse, or sorry, not Darnell Nurse. Oh my God. Leon Draisaitl. He's been forced to take 3 or 4 consecutive faceoffs in the O zone. Why are you not calling a timeout with your goalie pulled? Why are you not drawing up a play? Why do you not call that timeout? Kris Knoblauch, what are you doing? Kris Knoblauch, I swear I am in your closet tonight. I am in your closet. I hope you, oh boy, I just, that's my reaction. Bah! All right. Anyways, that's it for me. I hope you have a great rest of your night. At the end of the day, it is just a game. Of course, there are more important things. Fight like Ben. We have fight like a kid. It was Ben Stelter's birthday today. So, at the end of the, again, I try not to get frustrated, and I preach positivity and love all the time on this channel. Sometimes I just need to express myself a little bit. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you really liked it, make sure you hit subscribe. And of course, I will be back tomorrow for the day after. And then Wednesday, I will have a pregame report and I will live stream game 4. The Oilers are in big trouble. They need to figure it out, and they need to figure it out fast. See you next time. Take care, Oil Country.